Welcome, I'm Mark Andreas. You've landed here, so you're probably curious what's possible for you with coaching and how might I help? So a little bit about me. I've been an NLP life coach for more than 15 years. I've taught NLP internationally for more than a decade. I've had the pleasure of working and mentoring with my parents, Steve and Connie Ray Andreas, who are pioneers in the NLP field, as well as working alongside other leaders and innovators in both the NLP field and personal growth space. I also currently lead the core transformation research effort, which is one of the main transformation modalities that I use in my coaching. So I've just seen incredible transformation possible through these methods. To give you an example, one entrepreneur contacted me because of being deeply disturbed by the effects of childhood trauma. And how this manifested was these involuntary body jerks that would happen, he said, up to 300 times per day, and often triggered by just everyday noises. So after our first session, he said that those noise triggers had been reduced by about 80%. And after a second session on this topic, he said the involuntary body jerks had reduced by over 90%. A few more sessions, and this was completely resolved for him. And now it's more than 4 years later, and this is still completely transformed. So how is this kind of transformation possible? You know, what was just draining and impacting not only his daily life, but his work as an entrepreneur and his business is just no longer an issue for him. And that transformation has lasted. So usually clients come to me because they consciously know something isn't working, and yet that conscious understanding, it hasn't helped. Whether they have some emotional response, some inner thought process that's tripping them up, some negative belief about themselves, or some habit or behavior that's getting in their way, they consciously know this is a problem, and yet this hasn't allowed them to shift to something more resourceful. And so what I guide people through is not conscious mind coaching, it's not talk therapy, it's working at the automatic experience level so that in place of the old troublesome response, you can have just as automatic of a response, but something that is congruent and resourceful and supportive of your goals in your life and your work. And so a few other examples of some of these shifts recently with clients. So one person contacted me because of crippling anxiety, generalized anxiety, even leading to panic attacks. This was impacting every aspect of life. And through a number of sessions together, 6 sessions together, and then working on her own, she was able to transform this and come to a place of balance and resourcefulness, finish her year in high school, finish out the whole year. We worked at the very beginning of her senior year, really successfully. Somebody else that I worked with came because of deep grief due to the loss of a loved one. And this was impacting her personal and professional life. So transforming this allowed her to show up and be present in the way that she wanted to, not only for her family and her kids, but also as a startup founder in her challenging role, creating something completely new in her career. Somebody else I've been working with for a long time and working on many different transformations, and we continue to work together because it just continues to be valuable. Something recently, he noticed a sense of people pleasing, a sense of self-judgment, and kind of this inner voice of I have to, with the different demands and requests upon him, both in his business and from his team and life in general. And after one session working with one of these methods, he said that people-pleasing was just gone. That inner voice that used to say, I have to, it was just gone. And a month later, he reported that the change was just as solid as the day after we worked together. He even said that shame and embarrassment had reduced drastically for him. So these kind of transformations are just deeply impactful across life. And so if this is something that you're curious to learn more about, if you'd like to explore whether coaching is a fit for you, I invite you to apply for coaching together. I look forward to connecting. If it feels like a right fit, we can set up a 30-minute discovery call. And this is my gift to you to learn more about your goals, your outcomes, and importantly, what's the real thing holding you back? So I hope you walk away from that session energized and with something already valuable to you, whether or not we continue coaching together. And regardless, I wish you all the best on your coaching journey.